Hi, everybody. Mary Bernard here with Happily Mary After. We're talking about all the great feel good Christmas movies that are launching this October. They're back. So, I was looking through my Hallmark app, and every year about this time, I start fondly reminiscing about all my favorite Christmas movies that I've watched over the years. And so I started going through the app, picking them out, and I I was just getting so excited because um, 10 of my favorite movies are coming on in October. Now they will probably repeat, though I'm not sure, but I wanted to make sure that I gave you this information because if you've never watched many Hallmark Christmas movies, then these are 10 fantastic ones to start with. If you have watched a lot of Hallmark Christmas movies, I bet these are some of your favorites too. And so you don't want to miss them. I'm going to set my DVR because some of these will come on at weird times, but I don't want to miss them. They're so good, and for different reasons, they just really make me happy. So here we go. I want to tell you, I'm going to give them to you in order of when they're going to appear in October. You need to check the Hallmark app or the Hallmark website for the time because I did not record the times, and obviously in the different time zones, it will be different times. So, but I'm going to tell you the day. Okay. Okay, so number one is A Christmas to Remember. Now that is going to come on October 20th. It stars Mira Sorvino and Cameron Matheson. Love them. And it's about a woman who crashes her car in the snow, has amnesia. This sounds like a soap opera, doesn't it? Has amnesia, ends up spending Christmas with this single father, and it is so charming. She can't remember who she is, and then you know, they fall in love, and so on. And it's a fantastic movie. That's A Christmas to Remember, October 20th. Number two, The Mistletoe Promise. It comes on October 21st. This stars Jamie King and Luke McFarlane. Jamie King had a starring role in Heart of Dixie, and I loved her. She was Lemon, and I loved her in that role. I love her in this role as well. It's about two strangers who meet. They both have a need to have, you know, a date for Christmas, and they do the pretend. Let's pretend like we're in love thing, and I that's a fun trope when the people pretend to be in love or dating, and then they actually do fall in love. So that's The Mistletoe Promise, and that's on October 21st. Okay, number three is A Crown for Christmas. I love any of the movies that have to do with royalty, and this one is fantastic. It's Danica McKellar. She's a New York hotel maid. She gets fired and winds up becoming a governess to a princess, a young girl who's the princess, and falls in love with the dad, who is the king. And it is just so charming. It's wonderful. It's kind of funny, really, because it's a ludicrous premise, right? That a hotel maid ends up becoming a queen. Anyway, but it works, and Danica McKellar pulls it off beautifully. It is one of my favorites. That movie comes on October 21st as well. That's going to be a busy day because that's when the new movie, the new movies premiere. So Noel Next Door premieres that night. So Crown for Christmas is on earlier in the day. Okay, number 4 is Christmas She Wrote. This comes on October 23rd. Another Danica McKellar movie. I do like her, and most of the time I love her movies. So there have been a few misses, but so I'm always going to watch her. And Dylan Neal stars in this with her. Dylan Neal, I fell in love with him when he played Jack on Cedar Cove, which was Hallmark's first scripted series based on the book series. So if you like Dylan Neal, go check him out on Cedar Cove. He was great. Anyway, this one is about a writer, and I love any movies that have to do with writers because I am one. And she writes a column. It's canceled right before Christmas. She goes home, and Dylan Neal is her editor boss, and he comes after her because he's got to get her back, writing her column again. And you know what happens. They fall in love. So it's a good one. It's Christmas She Wrote, and it comes on October 23rd. The next one is Christmas Next Door, also October 23rd. Jesse Metcalf and Fiona Gubelman, and I love her. Just I didn't even really know her name until I looked it up today, but I do love her. Everything she's been in, I've really enjoyed. He was on Desperate Housewives, and so he's fun to watch as well. Anyway, he plays a bachelor author, and he's taking care of his niece and nephew at Christmas. He has no Christmas spirit. She lives next door, and asks her to help with the kids and Christmas and so on. And I love it. It's a little bit of enemies to lovers, but it's the next door neighbor thing, which is fun. So I really like that one too. Christmas Getaway. Now this one was listed that it's going to come on October 24th and 25th. So check your listings. Make sure you grab it, record it, because it is so heartwarming. It stars Bridget Regan and Travis Van Winkle. He's another one. I really like him and stuff. I didn't really know his name until I looked it up today. Bridget Regan, this is an interesting factoid. She played Rose in Jane the Virgin on the CW. If you watch that, and she was a crazy character. She is fantastic in this movie, and a complete. I mean, it's such the antithesis of who Rose was in Jane the Virgin. So she plays a travel writer. Again, I love writer oriented premises. And there is a reservation mix up at this cabin. And so they have to, so she and the character that Travis plays, have to share a cabin, and he has a little girl, and they have to share a cabin together for the holidays. And it is very charming, very lovely, and that's another kind of enemies to lovers trope, because they butt heads in the beginning, but they grow to love one another. So I love that one as well. So that's Christmas Getaway. That's October 24th and 25th. Number 7 is 9 Lives of Christmas. This one, it's probably not one that I would automatically go for. I love animals, but I just don't typically, I don't just go, just gravitate towards movies. But this one is very, very wonderful. I really love it. Has cats are prominently featured. It's about a confirmed bachelor firefighter, and he has a cat, and then he meets the female lead who has a cat, and they um, they actually end up sharing a house and falling in love. Anyway, it's Brandon Ruth, Kimberly Sestad, and Gregory Harrison who are in this movie. And the thing about it is, I think Kimberly Sestad is so much fun to watch. She has a really likable, kind of girl next door um, personality, but and kind of funny, and she just brings a lot to her role, and I really like her. Gregory Harrison is he plays like kind of like the older father figure. He's the like fire hall chief or something. But anyway, I've always loved him. I've watched him my entire life, right? Because he's been around for a while. So anyway, Nine Lives of Christmas comes on October 26th. Snow Bride, one of my favorites. October 27th is Snow Bride. This stars Katrina Law, Jordan Belfi, and Patricia Richardson. You will recognize Patricia Richardson from Home Improvement. And Katrina Law, I know she's been in a lot of I think the Marvel movies, I don't know, but I know she was in the Arrow, and some of those kinds of NCW shows and stuff. So anyway, she's also a great actress, fun to watch. She plays a writer who works for a celebrity scoop kind of tabloid type publication, is what they kind of make you think. And so she is charged with getting the dirt, getting the scoop on this prominent family. I think they're in politics. And so she's in her car in a snowstorm, wrecks the car, and winds up um, being taken in by the family. And there's a little bit of the posing, like that they pretend to be together. Um, the guy that she's supposed to be getting the scoop on, and they pretend to be together and have a relationship. And anyway, they end up falling in love, and it's one of my favorites. I love Snow Bride. That is October 27th. Christmas Detour is October 29th. Candace Cameron Bure and Paul Green, really love them together. I think they have great chemistry, and they're just a lot of fun to watch. And this one is she's stuck in a snowstorm. She's trying to get to meet her fiance's parents, and the fiance and his parents are, kind of froofy and stuffy, and everything has to be so. And Paul Green is the voice of reason. And anyway, they end up spending their entire, traveling together, and what happens along the way is the movie, and it's delightful. It's really good. And again, another kind of enemies to lovers. They don't get along at first, and then they fall in love. So I love that trope. Okay, and then probably my very favorite Hallmark Christmas movie is this one, and it's number 10. It is going to air on October 30th, and it is A Very Merry Mix-Up. I first saw this movie several years ago now. I see it every season. I still love it. And when people ask, this is always the very first word out of my mouth. This is my favorite. A Very Merry Mix-Up stars Alicia Witt and Mark Weeby. And I love Alicia Witt in this movie. She is one of my favorite Hallmark Christmas movie actors. And really, I would love her in anything as well. But she's so likable. She brings such heart to her roles, I think. So believable and just very endearing. I just love her, and I love her as Alice in this movie. So she is going home to meet her fiance's family, and he has traveled ahead, and so she's coming through the airport, and there is a mix-up, and she ends up going home with another guy who she thinks is her fiance's brother. Turns out they have similar names, and so it totally makes sense. Um, and so she goes home and she gets to know this, the brother, the mom, the dad, the grandfather. I mean, everybody. She loves them, they love her. It's just lovely. And then, boom, she realizes that she's at the wrong house. She spent like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days with these people. Meanwhile, her fiance is frantically trying to find her. There's a snowstorm, of course, and he can't get in touch because of phone lines being out and whatever. It's all. I think one of the things that I love about it is that it's all so believable, and so you totally you see this could really happen, and then it's just so charming. It's just so charming. Anyway, I will not tell you how it ends, but figuring out, she has to then figure out everything and decide, make that decision, where she belongs. So anyway, I can't recommend it enough. A very merry mix up, and that uh, comes on October 30th, and don't miss it. It's so wonderful. So anyway, those are my top 10 movies that you do not need to miss in October on the Hallmark Channel. I will be setting my DVR, believe me. Okay, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. And they all lived happily, merry after.